What's up, guys? Mark Augustine here, and in this video, we're going to talk about one, if you could have multiple eBay accounts when drop shipping on eBay, and two, how to manage the accounts. If you hear some noise in the background, I apologize. There's someone, the gardener is cutting outside, and I know I shouldn't be recording right now, but touche. It's a beautiful day. I want to be here, but so yeah. Why am I making this video? So there's a bit controversy around this topic, and let me explain why. There are some eBay dropshippers that use multiple accounts in this stealth account world, where in the stealth account world, you use fake IDs, different bank accounts, business accounts, different IP addresses, VPNs, all that stuff. But there's a world that exists where people successfully manage multiple eBay accounts in their names without going around this gray area of using stealth accounts. So I want to address that, and then I'm going to, because I've partially addressed that in a previous video. I'll show you guys. I'll put a link to the previous video. Um, and then I recently did a video with Ben that doubled his profit. So he went from about $1,500 in profit to close to $4,000 in profit just by opening a second account. And we went into a bit in the video about how he created that second account and how he manages that second account. So that's what we're going to go through in this video. So like, subscribe. Let's get into the video. So according to eBay, I would put something on the screen, but let me just read what eBay says about having multiple accounts. So one of the things I want to talk about when we talk about this topic is, does eBay allow you to have multiple accounts? Because in my assumption, if they allow you to have multiple accounts, there shouldn't be, or you shouldn't have to get in this world of stealth accounts. And we don't encourage stealth accounts here at Ecom Sniper. There's some people that use that as a strategy, but I don't think that's a long-term way of building a business, because when it comes to taxes and so on, you would come into a bit of issues. So the first question is, does eBay allow an individual or business to have multiple accounts? So according to eBay, yes, eBay does allow individuals and businesses to have multiple accounts. They do not specifically claim of any limit on how many accounts you can have, but they do allow business accounts. These accounts should not be used to bypass restrictions such as suspensions, sending limits, and so on. You should not be using these accounts to commit fraud. No using multiple accounts to bid on your own items and so on. And you cannot list the same items in these multiple accounts. So generally speaking, you can have legitimately and legally have multiple accounts when dropshipping on eBay. Ben has recently opened a second account in his name on the same computer with the same internet using a different Google Chrome login, and successfully drop ships on these two accounts. One of the things I forgot to ask him about it, which I would ask him soon, is I assume he's using a different bank account for the second eBay account. And I know that he does not have a second Amazon account because we spoke about that. But there's a bit of confusion because people get the idea, even in Ecom Sniper, we talk about, there are people talking about you have to have multiple computers and multiple IP addresses and multiple phone numbers and separate everything. And I think that may be true if you are applying the what is the word I'm looking for? If you're managing for clients, if you're managing accounts in multiple names, then I think you would need to separate the IP addresses and so on. But eBay themselves say that you are allowed to have multiple accounts. So we have an actual example where Ben is successfully managing two eBay accounts on the same computer with the same information. Now, one of the concerns that a lot of people grow up is, hey, Mark, suppose account gets suspended, the other account may get suspended. Although that may be true, you should not be doing anything on either the accounts to make you get suspended. So even if you have one account and it gets suspended, I think that is the advantage of having two or three accounts and automatically making three, five, $7,000 a month. The value there is definitely worth it than worrying about this suspension. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Let me know if you are managing multiple accounts. If you're on your first account, I wouldn't just say start dropshipping on a second account. If you started off on your first account and you're doing the bulk theory method, I will wait till you get to 10,000 listings at least, or go to 25,000 with the Anchor store before you get your second account, if you have the limits. Like, subscribe, let me know in the comment section how I can help you. Again, if you want a one-on-one with me for me to answer any specific questions about eBay dropshipping and your eBay dropshipping journey, I'll put a link to my calendar in the description. Goodbye. Peace.